Cam got hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, me and Sue just got out of Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It's Pokemon, baby. I can legit say that this movie definitely stands up there with Mortal Kombat as a really good video game movie, and you don't have to make excuses or cop please.
Yeah,
legitimately.
It was a solid. I will say it was a solid movie.
You know what I think helped it? I think the simplicity of the story. I think we've seen the story before.
Yes, we have.
A missing father. I gotta find him. But I think that's what you needed. You didn't have to make it really stupid difficult.
No.
Really, with the plot. I mean,
quite a bit of borrowed elements, not just from Pokemon lore, but other bits of other stories.
I think what made it work, like, it's kind of, this movie was basically, it felt like what the Super Mario Brothers movie in the 90s was trying to do. I had this.
Now
No, what I mean by it is,
CJ, let's be real. They didn't have a clue.
I was trying to give the movie credit, all right?
Jeez. No. When it comes to that Mario movie, they didn't know what they were trying to do.
If I was thinking what they were trying to do in the 90s with Mario, I think this Pokemon movie was what they were trying to capture that atmosphere. Because you remember the Mario Brothers movie, they were trying to capture this real world element with all the bombs and the toadstools and all that stuff, but it just didn't.
But they tried to put it in this. They tried to, even though it was in the early 90s, they tried to act like it was
gritty.
They tried to act like it was late 80s dystopian future.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and what I like about Detective Pikachu is they embrace the wacky nature of even the anime, like what we expect out of this world of Pokemon. You're walking around, there's Pokemon right there.
There you go.
It's just right there.
Pokemon walk around like household pets.
Some of them are the humans kind of partner, and there are other Pokemon just walking around, just whatever. Sleeping Snorlax with a fucking Machamp directing traffic. Growlithe with cops, like in the video game. We didn't get Nurse Joy or Officer Jenny. Would have been nice.
Which is why we're going to get this movie a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. I'm just kidding.
We're joking.
Just joking. But the movie did a pretty good job. I think Ryan Reynolds
killed it.
Ryan Reynolds killed it as Pikachu and stuff. It was enough to where it didn't distract you from the movie.
But let's be real, like Jim Carrey playing Jim Carrey in most of his movies, Ryan Reynolds was Ryan Reynolds.
His shtick, so to speak. I would say, Jesse Smith, he plays the son of a detective, and Pikachu was his father's Pokemon partner, essentially. And he's, as I said before, you've seen this story before where, my father went missing on a case. And the case involves, if you play Pokemon enough, you kind of sit back and be like, well, of course it is. It's involving a Mewtwo.
Because why not?
Yeah,
I was like, hi, Pokemon first movie. Nice to see you again.
You want to explain to folks the Pokemon first movie connection? Because this does have elements of it a little bit.
I mean, when I saw the laboratory in the middle of the woods and a Mewtwo showed up, I said, Pokemon first movie.
Yeah. It borrows... This isn't really much of a spoiler.
The only thing missing was, what's his name? The dude from, who runs Team Rocket.
Jesse and James. Oh, Giovanni?
Yeah, Giovanni.
I would say... Okay, so... There's a corporation in this movie, but it's not Silco or it's not Team Rocket. But Bill Nighy plays the head of a corporation. And when you see it, you're kind of like, this could have been Team Rocket in some way, shape, or form, in a way.
Especially with that chick who showed up with the pink hair, who clearly wasn't Jessie.
It's a ditto.
But yeah, it was a ditto, but she could have passed
Wink and nod to Jessie with the hair?
Yeah. That was definitely a nod.
But his son plays just as much of a dickhole that where you're like, this could have been Team Rocket. Like, Bill Nighy is a nice dude.
Yeah.
But, like, his son is like... He could have been somebody from Team Rocket, and that other thing that was a ditto could have been like his Jesse. He could have been the James kind of thing, But either way, Bill Nye, he figures into the plot of, you know, Justice Smith searching for his dad, and Katherine Newton plays like the reporter for the company that basically is helping him with the investigation. But that's besides the point. It's really the world of Pokemon that you're really in watching the movie for.
Like apparently Professor Oak has
Oak Apartments.
He's got his own set of apartments,
which I'm fine with. I like the nods.
Yeah, that was good.
This movie has nods upon nods. Like even the town where he is an insurance broker. Justice Smith is an insurance broker at. It feels like what's the name of the town?
Run City.
Yeah, Run City. Well, Run City is where all the Pokemon are there, but the little town that he's a part of, it's kind of like what was the name of the town in Pokemon that Ash was from?
Oh, Pallet Town.
It feels like a Pallet Town kind of place.
Yeah.
You know, there's some Pokemon around and all that stuff, but it feels very comfort and stuff. But they really captured the atmosphere of this world. They literally take a bullet train to get to the said city. You know, Run City, which it really should have been Cerulean City.
You would think there would have been a nod to Cerulean City.
Cerulean City. Or was it Viridian City?
Either one, Cerulean or Viridian.
Either one. Or Celadon City, that's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Or Goldenrod Town. Either way, it's a wink and a nod to the big towns of the Pokemon game.
We got some fights.
There's some Pokemon battles. They also allude... It's like there's rules in play where it's like, oh, outside of this Run City, it's the usual. You go to towns collecting gems. They allude to that because there's a Sinnoh. Was it Celadon? Was it I think it was Celadon City Gym or whatever, yeah. Celadon City Tournament or whatever and stuff. So they allude to this world where there is towns that do the Pokemon League tournament and all that stuff, but it's also this city where they both cooperate, but there's no battles in it and stuff. So they do a solid job of establishing the world. You don't necessarily feel as though, oh, well, I don't know if I really believe it. No, I believe it. And it's enough that you want to see more, pretty much. I mean, like I said, Ryan Reynolds does a good job as Pikachu. Doesn't override his welcome.
Definitely had everybody in the theater laughing for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, and like I said,
it was just kind of jarring just seeing
Mr. Mime. That was a jarring one.
No, Mr. Mime, that was funny.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just seeing Pikachu being voiced by Ryan Reynolds. That was funny to me.
And then when other people can't hear him, it's voiced by the original voice actor or actress. Was actor? I think it's the actor.
It's the actress, I believe.
Yeah, original Japanese actress that voices Pikachu and stuff whenever people can't hear him because everybody else but Justice can hear him and stuff. And there's an entire different subplot involving why. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But, yeah, they really do. You believe that this is the world of Pokemon, and I'm kind of curious if this movie does well, like,
which it
will. I'm curious, would you be at all interested in seeing kind of like, hey, can we get like, Pokemon battles and, do the whole league tournament thing? Or do you think they should do like another kind of side story?
I wouldn't mind seeing a side story with a little bit of, I would say a little bit more Pokemon battles. Yeah. I mean, what we got in this movie was good. For this movie, it was good.
Yeah, and it was, okay, see.
It was enough.
I'll say this. Now, the Pokemon, right? Mm-hmm. I was worried more so, how are they going to capture the scale of Pokemon? Like Charizard, he's not ginormous, but he's big enough size. He's like 7 foot, 8 foot tops.
And then you got Gyarados.
Who is about the size of a fucking fish that you, like a monster.
It was legit huge.
Like, yeah, it was legit huge. Snorlax is pretty big. A Machamp. Like there's a who's who of Pokemon and stuff. You're not gonna see all. They didn't put 150. Thank God they didn't do that.
They didn't. They threw in Psyduck, and Psyduck was good comedy relief.
Fearow, Doduo.
I could have sworn I saw a Farfetch like in the background.
There was a Farfetch.
Charmander.
Yeah.
No Charmeleon, but Charmander.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Get Charmander, and we're going to jump straight to freaking Charizard. We get a Blastoise. We get a Squirtle.
We
get Bulbasaur. No Venusaur. Yeah, Venusaur. Bulbasaur. I think we see one Venusaur. Mm-hmm. So they kind of hit the base of the Pokemon that you know. We get was it Shedinjas?
Yeah.
Tortugas, which are kind of like, I think the not the Hawaiian one, but the XY one, I believe.
Then there was
no, it might be the prior to XY. I forgot which version that one.
Then there was Greninja.
Yeah, I said Greninja. Was it? No, yeah, I think you're right. It's Greninja, not shit. I don't know why I said shit ninja. Yeah, Greninja. Yeah, no, Jigglypuff.
Yeah, oh god, Jigglypuff.
Singing with the person that actually falls asleep, which looks like that was her partner.
Yep, that was a good nod.
Yeah, they hit you with, and like I said, the world is very lived in with the Pokemon. You have the wild Pokemon, but they act like what you expect a wild Pokemon to be and stuff. But, I mean, they really do a good job of making you like, I want to see more of this.
I was definitely in that camp. I want to see more of this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
We need a sequel. It's like, no. I just, give me a side story.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm not as big as a Pokemon fan as you and D, but
I played the game, so I just, like...
I would like to see more of it, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah.
Like, to sum it up, like, without spoiling anything, this movie borrows elements from Pokemon the first movie, stuff from the regional games, and please take my word for it, Batman 89.
Yeah, there's a point in this movie where
we're not gonna say
where, but when
you'll know it when you see it.
Yeah, when you see it, you're just sitting there like, okay, that's all right, bet, let's see what happens and stuff. So, yeah, I like I said, I honestly, the movie goes, like I said, simple plot. The movie's hour 40 minutes, easy. I mean, I don't know what else to really say. Like I said, I definitely recommend it and stuff. Definitely for the kids. Kids will definitely like it. But like I said, the plot's simple enough. You've seen it before. But I think the simple plot is what you needed for this. They didn't have to overcomplicate it and all stuff. Which I think that's always been the hiccup with some video game movies, is that they try to go out their way to overcomplicate it more than what you need to.
Yeah, when they try to throw everything in the kitchen sink into a movie based on a video game that's got 12 to 20 hours of content, and you're trying to pack all of it into a 2-hour movie or even an hour and a half long movie, it just doesn't work.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, to me, I think that's why all of us love the first Mortal Kombat movie, is that Paul W.S. Anderson was really like, look, we're going to do Enter the Dragon with MK and just keep it simple.
And we're just going to, we're going to holler
Sure,
at
there's no blood.
No, what they did was, like you said, Enter the Dragon, but they hollered at Ed Boon and said, yo, the backstory on these characters, give us something that we can work with.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, there was no fatalities and blood per se, but the fighting was decent enough to where you're like, all right, I'm fine with it. It works. And that's probably why we touted it as like a solid fucking video game movie and stuff.
We're going to holler at, look, we're going to get somebody from WMAC Masters, get some other martial artists, and put on a good movie. Yeah,
and I mean, that's the thing about a lot of video game movies. If, going to it real quick and stuff, it's like that's always been the shortcomings of the movies, because like you look at something like Assassin's Creed. My issue with Assassin's Creed is that you had a simple plot, but you overcomplicated with all this extra shit, and it just kind of became a confusing mess. Like, I understood it, but it's like they were picking bits and pieces of what we thought was cool, but they didn't like really structure the story enough to really make you give a shit. It was just like, all right, movie, get it over with, please, Even Silent Hill, even though I liked the first Silent Hill movie, I don't know about you when it comes to this.
I did not see it.
It's one of those, they had good ideas, but it was just like, I don't really care.
That's just my problem with video game movies in general. I always feel like they had a good idea, but execute them poorly.
Well, like the Tomb Raider movie that came out recently, my issue with that is that they spent so much time on all the other stuff, and it's like, can I see Laura raid some tombs?
Well, no.
Or focus more on instead of focusing on before she got to the island, how about we just jumped her on the damn island and whatever?
No, wait, CJ, I gotta stop you there, because if there's anything they did do, they actually did it right. That Tomb Raider movie, they did it right.
Okay,
because
yeah.
It was based on the 2013 game where she barely raided any tombs.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's true. I give it that. Like I said, I thought that movie was alright. It could have improved a little bit, but I get what they were going with and stuff.
They just straight up took the plot from the game and made it into a movie.
Yeah, I think. Well, you know what it is. I think my issue with that one was just like, hey, I would rather they had started off like the video game. She's already on the island. I didn't need to know all the extra stuff of how did she get to the island, and we spent like 20 minutes of the movie, which could have been her on the island doing like the video games where she's surviving and, you know, taking out dudes.
Hell, if anything, that could have been the opening credits.
Yeah, could have, you know. But like I said, I think that kind of nails what my issue was. But I think with this one, you didn't even have to sit there and establish the world. I think, you know, the director, I think I think Pete Letterman or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He just jumps you straight in that world and was like, okay, well, here's the world of Pokemon. Boom. Take it or leave it. So you're either going to believe it or you're not.
So with that, like with all that said and done, I definitely recommend everyone check out this movie.
Hey,
the one thing I want to point out, because I saw a picture and it has me questioning if it's really true they're going to do this whole phase 1 of video game based movies.
Oh, that image was bullshit. That's
I
not
really
true.
wanted to know if it was bullshit.
That's not true. That's just somebody making a fake one, like the Marvel ones.
Look, I thought that shit was funny because they could pull it off. Like if they actually took the time to properly make the movies. First of all, when they show Sonic the Hedgehog right after like Detective Pikachu, I laughed because I said, dude, how you gonna put these two together? You got Nintendo and Sega, and this is supposed to lead up to a Smash Brothers movie.
Yeah, and I mean, my thing was always, like I said, that's another discussion. I ain't gonna go into that. All I'm saying is this. I'm kind of looking at the Sonic movie like, good luck, guys. You know what it is? I'm gonna make this connotation. That Sonic movie is gonna be like the Raw Julia Street in Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter movie.
It is.
Where you're gonna be laughing at Jim Carrey being the Raw Julia, where he's gonna be over the top as Robotnik, and he's gonna nail the over the top nature of Robotnik. And you might like Sonic in certain things that he's gonna do, but everything else about the movie, you're just like, shrug. Okay.
Well, we are getting a redesigned Sonic, so that's good.
We'll see. But you know what? I think that Sonic movie is going to probably be decent. I don't think it's going to reach the level of this Detective Pikachu movie, but I think it might be decent at best. But that's just my assumption. I will say again, go see Detective Pikachu. It's definitely worth a watch.
Please watch this movie.
Oh, definitely watch the movie. It's great. You'll like it. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to go for a score. I'm just going to say go watch it. You'll like it. It's a must watch. So that's it. Peace.
Deuces.